Hey everybody, Inco here. Welcome to my first channel update. My very first message directly from me to you. It's kind of weird, I've never done one of these videos before, and I can't exactly tell you why. In the 2 years or so I've done this channel, I've never thought to do one of these before. I've kind of shied away from it, I guess. There's probably some psychology behind that, I don't really know. But looking back, that's probably a big mistake. I would definitely like to be better with this. I would like to do these kinds of videos slash audio logs, whatever you want to call them. I would like to do these more often, more frequently. I'm thinking once a month, maybe. If you'd like to see them more frequently than that, leave a comment down below. Maybe we can do it every 2 weeks. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I've never done one of these videos, so I guess a good place to start, actually, would be for me to tell you guys something about myself, because some of you maybe have gleaned some information about me from some of the other videos I've put out, but I've never actually just, laid it out on the table for you guys, so I suppose that's a good place to start. I've got 2 other topics that I want to touch on later on, but I suppose we can just start here. I'm 22 years old. I live in Alberta, Canada. I am obviously male. I hope you can tell from my bassy voice. It's not that bassy, don't worry. I currently work 40 hours a week full-time as an auto body technician. And I mention this because some of you may not realize this, but I'm not a student. I'm not, unemployed or anything like that. I do work 40 hours a week, so unfortunately I don't have a huge amount of time to devote to the channel. There are a lot of popular YouTube channels out there where they're run by students or the person is self-employed or whatever, and they have more time that I just don't have access to. But some of that is also just a lack of motivation. I mean, if I wanted to put 6 hours every night into the channel and recording and everything, I would, of course, but I do not have that drive and that ambition to put that much time into it yet. Maybe one day, I don't know. So that's just a brief amount of information about myself. Obviously, if you want to know more, you can ask. I aim to be as open and honest with you guys as I can. I think that's a good way to run the channel. I would like to be honest about, my policies on ads and why I do things the way I do, like what series I choose to do and the decisions I make in those series. You are always open to ask me those questions, and I will do my best to answer. So I guess moving on, the first thing I really want to talk about is social media. I now have pretty much every avenue of social media open. I've got a Twitter account, I've got a Facebook account, a Google Plus page. The only thing I don't have is like a subreddit. I don't know if the community is large enough to support a subreddit, and I could start one, I just haven't really put much thought into it. There is no minimum amount of members to start a subreddit, it's just I haven't done it, I suppose. In addition, I also have a Steam group and a Patreon page, both of which I would like to talk about in a minute. In general, when it comes to my social media, I don't use them a whole lot at the moment because I don't have a whole lot of feedback or followers. So it just kind of feels like I'm throwing my thoughts out into a vacuum. I can post 10 times a day if I really wanted to, but when no one responds, it's just an incredibly one-sided conversation. And when you look at that stuff, a week after you post it, it's just depressing as hell. It's like those Garfield comics without Garfield. It is an existential nightmare, I guess. So I guess what I'm saying is, maybe you guys aren't aware that I have social media. Maybe you just don't care. Either way, if you are interested, please check them out. Please follow me on Twitter and all that crap, because then I will then begin using that more frequently. It's just another way to have an open conversation with you guys. I find Twitter is pretty good for that, because I can shoot a quick message out pretty much anywhere in the middle of my day. I don't use Facebook and Google Plus that much. They're pretty much just for announcements or, big questions and crap I want you guys to answer. I don't really know why that is. I think Twitter is just a more... it's a platform that you use more frequently, I guess. So, having said that, please check out those pages. When it comes to my Steam group, so I've got a Steam group which is dedicated to organizing playtime with my viewers. I think right now it's got about 25 people in the group, which is actually quite a few now that I think about it. But basically, the point of the Steam group is so that I can organize events with my viewers, because what is happening now, as I get more and more subscribers, people are adding me as a friend on Steam. So whenever I'm online doing anything, every once in a while someone will talk to me, which is perfectly fine. I encourage you guys to, you know, start a conversation with me. Just, you know, obviously understand that I'm just one man, and I'm also a regular dude. I'm sure some of you, you know, have points in time where you just don't want to be talked to or whatever. You have to understand all that, but people will talk to me, and as I said, that's just fine. But they will also, you know, ask me to play games with them or whatever. Again, that is fine. There's been times where I've played games with people, but usually I decline because, you know, I'm playing on my own or whatever, or I'm not actually playing anything. Maybe I'm editing or whatever, and I've just got Steam open. Or maybe it's a case of where, you know, there's been times where I've had 2 or 3 people in the same night ask me to play games. Again, it's perfectly fine, but I just don't have time to play with every single person that asks, and sometimes I don't have the motivation, because I am usually a pretty solitary person. So when people spring these kind of invitations on me, you know, it's hard for me to drop what I'm doing and join in with them. I would much rather we all join a Steam group and I can set up an event, you know, a couple days in advance. So instead of having to play a game with 1 or 2 people 3 times a night, I can now start an event and play with 20 people in one go. I think you guys understand where I'm coming from with that. It would just be a lot easier for me to deal with the volume of people if we could all just play, like, I don't know, any multiplayer game, Mountain Blade, Red Orchestra is another one that I like playing online. You know, if we could just play those games, that would be great. So, you can take a look at that as well. It's just Incoherence with an L. Incoherencel. If you look that up on Steam, you will find the group and possibly join. In addition to that, I have a Patreon page. For those of you that don't know, Patreon is a platform. It's a website you can go on, which will allow you to fund your favorite content creators. Basically, it's crowdfunding for content creators. It's really helpful for YouTubers. I see a lot of YouTubers on it, but there's obviously other people that go and join this site, like painters, I guess. Graphic designers or something, I don't really know. Basically, anyone who produces any sort of content, they can be crowdfunded. There's 2 ways to do it. You can do a monthly donation of a value of your choosing, say $1. So I think it's at the end of every month. $1 will be drawn from your account and will be shipped over to me or whoever you've funded. Another way to do it is you can pledge a certain amount of money that will be taken from your account when I produce a certain piece of content. So if I was to do a guide or something, or a certain video on a game that you guys requested, maybe people pledge $500 to see that video, I will not get that money until I produce that video. I don't think my account is currently set up like that. It's set up on a monthly basis, but you have to be aware that there's 2 ways to do it, and I've got mine set up, as I said, I believe it's on a monthly basis. So, you know, I'm not asking you guys to donate your life savings. I'm just asking, you know, take a look at that. Because as it is, I do have ads enabled, so I get some ad revenue. I'm not sure if legally I can disclose how much I get per month, but it's not a lot. So I would love to tell you guys how much I get, just so that we can be on the same page. But like I said, I'll have to look into the legal aspect of it, because I've read that there are terms and conditions that bar you from disclosing that information when you create your account. I'm not entirely 100% sure, I'll have to look into it, but just be aware that it's not really a whole lot. Obviously, I'm not living on it. So it would be great if we could supplement that ad income with donations, because I guess the ultimate goal would be to do this, turn my hobby, that I love doing so much, into a full-time job, as some have done. Obviously, not everyone is able to do this, but, I mean, one can dream. So I'm saying, you know, if you enjoy my content and you want to contribute to the success of the channel, you can take a look at my Patreon page and donate like 50 cents, literally 50 cents. I don't know if there's a minimum you can donate, probably like 10 cents or a quarter or something. But I mean, if you donate 50 cents and then you get 9 other people, we're now at $5, which is quite a bit of money. So, yeah, I mean, please take a look at my Patreon page. I'm not expecting donations at all, really. But it's always a possibility. So, I mean, please take a look at my Patreon page. That would be great. Take a look at my Twitter, my Facebook, my Google+, my Steam group. Take a look at the Patreon. Maybe I'll start a subreddit devoted to the channel at some point, because I would really like to form a strong community around the channel. And all these social media outlets are a great way to do it. I think a subreddit would be the best way to do it. So give me your thoughts on that, guys. I'd love to answer any questions you have, or just, you know, chit-chat. That would be great. The next thing I want to talk about is, well, I guess you guys may have noticed that I haven't really been putting out a lot of content lately. There's been a couple of reasons for that. It's kind of been one thing after another, and I don't want to get into it too much right now. Just know that primarily it's because I'm unmotivated and lazy, in addition to a few other things. So in my downtime, I've kind of been reflecting on how I've run the channel up until this point. Specifically, my method of supporting and choosing and running my series. Because up until now, what I've done is I've just chosen something that I love to play. You know, Medieval 2, Banner Saga, Game of Thrones, whatever. And just played it until I get bored, you guys get bored, the game ends, or whatever. That's kind of been my method. Unfortunately, what's happened now is a lot of my series are just, they just go on for ages. You know, I'm getting 60 episodes in my Stainless Steel campaign, which, you know, we may pick up at some point again. It's not dead. We get 60 episodes in my Mordor campaign, and could potentially go to like 200 episodes, because I have a feeling that these campaigns, they just go on for like hundreds of hours. And you know what? I've gotten pretty successful doing that. I've got now nearly 1,700 subscribers. Holy crap. That is a ton of people. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting me in doing something that I love to do. It's great to, you know, produce these videos and share them with you all. It's sort of a conversation we're having here. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I just enjoy the relationship that I have with you guys. It's really really exciting for me. I mean, every time I get a comment or whatever, like, I'm a crack addict. Not even joking, for comments. Like, I check my Gmail all the goddamn time, just because I love to see people leave comments, you know, tweet me or whatever, and then we can interact. It's just great. So, I mean, yeah, I've been fairly successful doing that, but unfortunately, I don't think that is really how people consume content on YouTube. You know, they don't go searching for series that run for 2 fucking years, because that's kind of how it's gone right now. So I want to diversify a bit, because my greatest fear is that I'll be pigeon-held into a really small niche. For example, I get a lot of traffic for my Third Age content. Like, my Mordor campaign gets probably 100 hits via searches every single day, which is far more than any of my other content gets. So I worry that I may get stuck, you know, just doing Third Age content, maybe a little broader, just Medieval 2 content, maybe even broader, so just Total War content. I don't want to be a channel that's known for just one thing, because my interests are varied. It's a wide array of different games and topics and fantasy lores and all sorts of crap. So I don't want to be known for just one thing. And it's hard not to be, because like I said, I get 100 hits via searches every day, which far outweighs any of my other content. So it's hard to resist that urge to chase those views, because I know if I was to put out another Third Age series, like an Elven, Rohan, Dalish series, it would get probably an equal amount of hits, maybe a little less. I think people are interested in Mordor for some reason, as opposed to, say, the fucking Shire, the Kingdom of Eriador or whatever. So, yeah, I don't want to just put out content to get those hits. So I've kind of come up with a way that I would like to put out series that I think will allow me to vary my content, but also find what resonates really well with my viewers, because right now, as I said, my Mordor campaign is my most popular series. It gets, I'd say, 400, 500 views every video, whereas, say, my Shogun 2 campaign maybe only gets 150. My Game of Thrones, even less, etc. So for whatever reason, my viewer base is not interested as much in my Shogun series and my Game of Thrones series as much as they are in that Mordor series. So what I have to be asking myself, is it worth putting out those videos if people aren't watching my videos? I mean, if my subscribers aren't watching my videos, even like less than 1/10 of my subscribers are watching my videos, why am I putting them out? In addition, no one's searching for those videos, so there's just not a lot of interest in a broader sense in the, the YouTube space, I guess. And if there is, they're not hitting my videos because they're not ranked high enough in searches or whatever. So basically what it comes down to is those series are weak in my lineup, and I need to address that. Should I just keep pushing out content that people aren't watching, or should I maybe replace it with something else? Which is kind of what I'm coming to. What I would like to do is implement like a Darwinian method of choosing which series to do. The strongest survive, whereas the weakest do not. So in practice, what I would do is I would start a different series every couple of weeks. Say, a series in Europa Universalis 4 as Ethiopia or Mali or some fucking thing, Songhai. And if that resonates well with my viewers, then maybe I can put out a couple videos, 5 or 6, and see how that matches up against my currently running series, and then whichever is the weakest I will, just kind of put on ice, and then I can run that series, and then the next couple of weeks I can start a new series, and we can just go on like that until we strike a nice balance of viewership and search hits from searches and crap like that. Having said that, I do not want to be a channel that, rides those fad waves. I don't want to be a channel that puts out videos on fucking like Minecraft and whatever survival game is the flavor of the week, Ark Evolved or whatever. Although, having said that, you do kind of have to respect people that do that, because they do get successful doing that. There are YouTubers out there that put a great amount of effort into predicting trends and creating those trends, which, other YouTubers, smaller channels kind of get in and they ride the bandwagon, and they get some residual success from that, just because of the pure volume of people searching for those things. So I guess that's what it is. I do not want to be a bandwagoner, in essence. So I kind of want to strike a balance between doing series that are a little more topical, but are not, I'm not just doing them because the game is really popular at the moment. I just want to do series on games that I really think that you guys should see, and that I think that I would really love to play, essentially. So, I don't know, I hope you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. It's kind of just a big jumble of thoughts in my head right now, but basically, I want to start putting out more series and whichever performs better I will keep, and whatever is not performing well I will trash, essentially. So, having said that, I kind of want to hear what you guys think about that, specifically what you guys think about that method. Do you think it would be better for the channel? Do you think it would be worse? I think it would be much better, because, I mean, as much as I love to play Mordor, that's the thing. I love to play my Mordor campaign. It is not stale for me at all, but I just worry that it is stale for you guys, the viewer, because I don't think many people that started watching the series 2 years ago have stuck around in that time. So, you can kind of see what I'm saying here. People are not following that series 2 years on, so I kind of have to switch it up every once in a while to keep things fresh. In addition, just in a bit of a side note, my channel kind of it's fallen in viewership since February. I'm not getting as many subscribers on a monthly basis. I'm not getting as many views on a monthly basis. I think my peak viewership on a month-to-month basis was in February. January, February, where I got like 26, 27,000 views a month. Whereas now I'm peaking at about 17,000 a month, so that's quite a big drop. I was getting 150 subscribers a month, now I'm getting 70, so that's also a bit of a drop. So I really need to change something about my channel, because obviously something's not working. So I just kind of want to retool some stuff, refresh the channel a bit. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Again, I want to be open and honest with you guys, so just with that information, know where I'm coming from. I think that's a bit of background information that you might be better off knowing. So yeah, let me know what you think about that method. In addition, let me know what series you might be interested in seeing. Like I said, I would love to do a Europa Universalis series. Specifically something in like Africa. I don't know, Ethiopia, Songhai, Mali, possibly something in India, East Asia, maybe. So I think something in East Asia would be really interesting. I don't want to say Ming, because I feel like Ming is a bit of a vanilla choice. It's like the England of East Asia in a way. Maybe a Call of Warhammer series, because even though I said I don't want to be known for just doing Medieval 2 content, I think it would be a good choice to do because of the renewed interest in Warhammer and that mod. I've never seen those videos do really well. That is the Call of Warhammer / Rage of the Dark Gods campaigns. They never done super well, I don't think. But there is a renewed interest in a Warhammer / Total War mix-up due to Total War Hammer. So, that would be a good choice, even though it is a bit bandwagony. I think it's okay because, I mean, it's a bit more niche. It's not like fucking Minecraft or Ark Evolved or whatever. You know, we could even do Crusader Kings, even broader, like a 4X game, like Endless Legend or something. I don't really know. Maybe just straight up some Red Orchestra. I'm currently downloading Hearthstone, actually, on my desktop as I'm recording this, because I watched some videos. I've watched videos of Hearthstone off and on for the past couple of months, and it's always piqued my interest, but I've never actually gone through the effort and downloaded it. But I decided, what the hell, it's free to play, I may as well download it now and get cracking. But anyway, I don't know what you guys really want to see, but I would love to just throw stuff out there, see what sticks, and you know, we can grow the channel together. So to sum up, please check out my social media. I've got a whole ton of them. All the links will be below. Specifically, I would like you to check out my Steam group, just to make sure I can, you know, kind of concentrate my energies into one place, as opposed to trying to appease everyone on a one-to-one basis. In addition, check out my Patreon page, because though I don't expect you guys to donate, I never have, probably never will, it would be great if you guys can spare like a quarter every month. That would, I don't know, I would really love that. Again, I would like to implement this throw whatever at the wall, see what sticks method of, you know, doing series, and I just want to know what you guys think about that and what you would like to see. Maybe suggest some series. But yeah, that's the end of this video, I think. So thank you everyone for listening to my first channel update. I hope to do more of these. Like I said, I would think one a month would be good, but potentially you want to see them more often. In that case, leave a comment below. That would be great. If you want to see more of these, please leave a like as well. That would be awesome as well. So thank you everyone for listening. I will see you guys next video.
They'll never know what hit
Tadingo! Yes! Someone call for the doctor.
Push forward. Right away.
Job's done.
Well played.
Right away.
Not quite what was planned.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Right away.
Jammer!